Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. This is Naaman, the DC Camp, branch of Great Millstone, back for another video. First and foremost, call Halal Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Rakahakwadash, and of course, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, alright, who deserve double honors. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, making the videos, alright. In the process of trying to wake up the remaining hopefully elect, and pushing this word throughout. So once again, guess what? Oh, the women. Here we have an instance of, they call themselves the 92% now, making reference to the number of, or the percentage of, so-called black women that voted for Kamala Harris. So they're still hot. Let's roll the video. I ain't gonna even,
The 92% black women who voted for Kamala, they're reminding each other in 2025 that they are standing on business and that they gotta do for each other. Check it out.
Hey, 92%, this is the reminder. We are standing down. We're doing us, finding our joy, keeping our joy, advocating for us, standing in the gap for us. There's going to be a lot of things that happen very soon, probably starting tomorrow, that are already in motion, that are going to make us want to stand up and fight and advocate and all that other stuff. But we're not doing it this time, right? We're good. We're looking out for each other.
So you saw there was a sister. She's like, hey, don't forget, there's a lot of people's going to want us to get involved in this, that, and the other, but we're not. We're, going to be looking out for us. And I'm like, hooray, about time. Because you ain't looked out for black women since. It took Kamala Harris to not be elected for y'all to start looking out for each other. Yeah, okay. Well, what do you mean you're going to look out for each other? Like, what does that even mean? Are you going to make sure, as I keep asking, that black women stay out of these nail shops, these beauty salons, and where the Asians beat them down? Are you going to do that? Are you going to hold each other accountable for the foolishness that sometimes the 92% participate in? Are you going to do that? Or are you just saying, well, we're not going to do anything, we're going to take our ball and go home? Are you actually going to make sure that you vote for people who are going to make sure that the black community is thriving? Are you going to do that? Are you going to continue doing the same old nonsense that you're doing? And you're just mad because Kamala didn't get in office. And the crazy part about that is Kamala wasn't doing nothing for black women.
there you go.
I know y'all think she is a black woman. I ain't going to argue with y'all over that, whatever. But she wasn't doing nothing specifically for black women. All she did was gas your head up, made you, think that she was like y'all, ski weed and all this other stuff. But yeah, y'all mad because Kamala didn't get in office. So now y'all want to organize? Y'all should have been organizing. But see, as I said, the problem is, black women, you've been taking the lead from white women. Go back to the feminist movement. Y'all thought that white woman was going out there burning her bras for good. She was leaving her white man for good, but she didn't. She went back home and put the casserole on the table. But you, black woman, you thought she was serious and you continued on.
But your dumb ass, no, you continued on with the shit. Still haven't warmed up to the fact that you were played. And as a result, look at the so-called black family. I know you're going to blame it on the man. That's what you were told. That's what you were instructed to do. And you did your job well. You did it so well, in fact, that no one wants to be around you. How about that? You played yourself.
All leaving your families and stuff, and here you are feeling injured because Kamala didn't win. So you were not going to do anything. Listen, and contrary to popular belief, you were never the backbone of the Democrat Party. They just told you that. You were the backbone for everybody else. Because the backbone, I would think, would stand up tall and strong for their own people too. You didn't do that. You let Kamala and Biden and every other Democrat usher in all the immigrants so they could get all that they can get, and they left your people, out to dry.
Yep.
But now all of a sudden you're mad. We're gonna stand on business for black women now. You know what?
And you're mad at your own men. Who did it ever dawn on you that just maybe we saw something that you didn't? But because you're so hurt, you're into your feelings, and you're still proving why and how unreliable you are because you're so into your emotions. Let's get a scripture real quick. Because, they just showed their ass. All right, the so-called black woman. And this is a perfect comparison, being that, it's Job 39:17. It says, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom. All right, let's go. Actually, let's get it here first. Hold on. Of wisdom, Strong's H2451. Chachma. All right. Skillful. Wisely. Wit. Now let's get it in the dictionary here. Hold on. All right. Let's see. All right. The quality of state of being wise, sagacity, discernment, which apparently you've never been, it's never been your department, or insight, scholarly knowledge or learning. That can get you in trouble, as in most cases, because what's the one thing the so-called black woman reminds everyone? I'm educated. I got this degree and that degree. I make this much, especially in this area here, in the DMV, District of Columbia, Maryland, Virginia. Oh my goodness. Wise sayings or teachings, precepts, which, hey, that's what we're into, right? Filtering everything through the scriptures, all right? Accumulated knowledge or erudition or enlightenment. Accumulated knowledge. But of what? In what? All right. Let's see. Wisdom is that. Let's see. The trait of utilizing knowledge and experience, and that's the key word there. Experience with common sense and insight. All right. And for 6 decades, this fucking feminism shit. All right, and they still, as a collective, and I'm talking about the so-called black woman, like she said in her statement, the white woman, for the most part, she's still setting the casserole on the table, for the most part. All right, because she figured out, again, for the most part, that shit didn't work. But you, oh no, because you're so mad at the black man, not realizing what the fuck is really going on here. All right, you know what? This is the wrong time to have that mindset that you have. But that's all right. See, you got to learn the hard way. You got to learn the hard way because things are moving fast now, even more quickly since Trump got in office here. Because, the Most High has put that spirit in him, that mindset. He actually truly believes that he's going to save America. And this has put him in conflict with those that set all this up to begin with. All right? And I'm not going to say let my thoughts spill out here. But this could be complete chaos. All right? Let's see. Judiciousness, which the black woman does not have it. Sagaciousness, sagacity, the trait of forming opinions by distinguishing and evaluating. If you had done so, you had to figured out by now that this woman had already said she wasn't going to do nothing for you. Second, or this could be first, she's not your people. Still hadn't figured it out yet, have you? All right, knowledgeableness, initiation, knowledgeability, wisdom as evidence by the possession of knowledge. All right, I think you get it. Discernment, the trait of judging wisely and objectively, not subjectively, meaning you're all up in, like I said, your emotions, your feelings. All right, foolishness, folly, unwiseness. Yep. That's the state of the so-called black woman. But she thinks, she's a legend in her own mind, apparently. She thinks she's got like that because them folks have pumped her head full of bullshit for so long. All right. So let's go back to the video.
Women now, you know what? I would love to see that. I really would. And as I said, if it took Kamala to lose the presidency for black women to rearrange your understanding, I'm with it. But let's see what y'all do in 2025. I'm not part of the 92%. I didn't vote for Kamala, so I can't sit with them. But I'm just saying, I'm eager to see what wonderful things you'll do in 2025. Keep us posted. Anyway.
When pachyderms fly. But let's get another. Let's see what I got lined up here. I have to go to Lord Destro here. All right. All right. For some reason it made me reload here. But like I said, it's the wrong time. All right. And this is why.
I don't need no man. Men are not men anymore. Men are not men anymore. And this is not just a Gen Z problem. I think this is everyone up until the age like 50s. It's a Saturday. I thought it was cute. I'm going to do my little Trader Joe's run, get me some food for the week, yada, yada, yada. Now, y'all know those Trader Joe's bags be weak as hell. I thought, I'm not getting that much. The cashier, he offered to just put it in one bag. He was like, do you just want it in one bag? I'm like, sure, it's not that much. I should have known better, and I should have still gotten my 2 bags. Because, again, those Trader Joe's bags are weak. I'm walking. I may be like halfway in between the grocery store and my apartment when all of a sudden, this happens. The handles literally rip off of my Trader Joe's bag. My grocery bag, which has eggs, vegetables, fruit, all types of stuff, flowers hanging out of it, drops to the nasty Philly grounds. And when I tell you, I have things falling out of the bag. When I tell you not a single man came over to be like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And to add to it, my bag dropped not that far away from a set of hotels where you literally have lazy valet people standing out front, lazy man who stands in front of the door. I don't know what he does. He doesn't help people with their luggage. He's not a security guard. I don't know who he is. But it's like, y'all are literally supposed to be trained on customer service. And you see a young girl drop a bag full of groceries on the ground, stuff falling out of the bag, and you don't even offer assistance. The only men who offer to help.
Oh, I'm laughing because this is what you want. What's that saying about, especially when it applies to women, about, hey, give her what she wants. In this case, you said you could do it by yourself, Hey, you didn't need no man, to start it off, And then when someone actually there was a time when that would actually happen, where men would try to, the chivalry thing. And like Dave Chappelle said, you asking, well, what happened to it? And like he said in the stand-up, you killed it. So what are you complaining about? That's what you wanted. Give them what they want. Now look at them.
To help me very much look like they were in their mid-60s plus. And that is what is wrong with men nowadays. Y'all are not men. Step it up. Jesus Christ.
Wait a minute. Are we? Dare I say, is she trying to? How am I going to phrase this? I guess for the most part, we're getting into simp territory. All right. And yeah, guys are fed up. You know, they're fed up with the bullshit. I mean, where there was a time where guys would do it, men would do it, you know, without much of a second thought. But like I said, you ruined that.
Thank God I worked out the last 2 days where the bag wasn't that heavy for me to trunk it over to my apartment, but Jesus.
I don't need no man. I warned you all about the scourge of the selfish man, a man who is oblivious to the cries of a modern woman in need. He who will not offer attention or assistance to any woman that is either not related to him or who does not periodically massage his scrotum with her tonsils. Yeah, such a man may sound barbaric to some of you, but this is the only way to sanction the feminist Cosa Nostra for their crimes against authority. Let us not forget, just a few months and years ago, the Bitter Sisterhood ostracized men because they weren't 6'5" and didn't make $500,000 a year to fund their foolish lifestyles. They told their sisters that broke men don't deserve help or compassion when they are down, and also had the audacity to call you insecure for not being rich. For example,
Flashback.
A broke man is a dangerous man, and you have no business dating one. It's because he's insecure in his own manhood.
Oh, it's like that, huh?
And when men are broke, they are not secure in their manhood. You need to leave that man alone. You need to let him go through his process. You need to let him do whatever he needs to do to get on his feet, but you are not the one to help him. If he has to go and sleep on other people's couches, so be it. If he has to go home...
Oh, my. How the tables are turning. Because last I heard and read, you're the ones that are most being evicted now. Okay.
Home for a short time, so be it.
From your own lips.
We've all been at low points in our life, but you, ma'am, don't need to be the one rescuing him.
Blasphemy!
Rich man ain't the problem, it's the Dusties. One Dusty was begging me to go on a date with him, and I didn't even know he was a Dusty. I'm gonna be real. That's when I was it was a few years ago. I wasn't as equipped as I am now. I went to breakfast with that man. He must have told me, yeah, I'll pay the bill, but you just pay the tip. I said, excuse me? Do what? I actually started laughing. I thought it was a joke. And he was looking at me like, why is she laughing? And then I realized like he was not joking. He was serious. I said, oh my gosh.
well now, as the government takes away their Section 8 vouchers, DEI programs, and work from home incentives, I hope you are prepared and ready to offer them that same energy. Yes, we, the Dark Army of Cobra, have Captain Saberhome held hostage in an abandoned building. Our new motto will be, quote, yeah, you gotta work that ish out on your own time, sis. For example,
I'm really upset right now, and I can't really talk freely because of my employment. But just know, I'm not upset because we have to go in, but I now have to think about something for childcare, and my main problem is that I was not ready for my daughter to go to, daycare or nursing, whatever you call it. I don't want her to go because I've had so much anxiety and fear about it. And as much as I'm tired and I don't like doing this every day, working from home every day, I don't want her to go. And like nobody understands. They're like, well, everybody does it. We should. Everybody does it. But I don't want to. And she can't go with her dad because he's weird as fuck. I just don't want to.
how much of her paychecks will now be eaten up by daycare costs? She was was living high and mighty because of government incentives, ready to point and snicker at you. And just like that, her I don't need a man badge is snatched from her hand.
I don't need no man.
I don't need no man. And replaced with a juicy slice of humble pie.
Did you subscribe to the message of Lord Destro?
I have been struggling so bad the last 2 months, being a single mother that is still trying to navigate financial freedom. And here's why. So my son's best friend's mother said, like, hey, can we have a play date this Saturday? And would you mind hosting? And I said, no problem. I told my son, and he had a complete panic attack. And I was shocked, and I didn't understand what was going on. And then he said, Mom, all my friends have homes, and we're in an apartment, and they have playrooms and things like that. And I don't want anybody to make fun of me because of me not having, like, pretty much not having what they have. It broke my heart because I didn't realize he was making these comparisons to our life versus their life. What's triggering this today is my youngest, I just dropped him off to a play date. And when we were 1 minute away, I was like, oh, Nasir, we're 1 minute away from your friend's house. Like, hyping him up. And he looked out the window and he was like, Mom, like, everyone has a nice house. Like, I just want a nice house, Mommy. When are we going to get a nice house? You're working so hard, Mommy. How much longer?
They're scared.
That poor Coberling knows something is wrong. And here is the hard truth. The last thing a modern woman will do is sacrifice themselves. Don't be fooled. She probably left this child's father or fathers for some frivolous reason. Something based on her quote-unquote not being happy. The people around her will continue to suffer because she doesn't quote-unquote feel happy. Too much free will given to modern women will just cause chaos in the inner workings of a functioning society.
Let's get that scripture now. I don't want to forget that one. Excellent. Let's go to the Apocrypha. That was a dire warning. Let's see. Is it 25 or is it 24? Let's see. Here it is, 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. There you go. And we don't know who dumped who, but 26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. Bye-bye. If that's indeed what happened, chances are, like he said, it was her that initiated the split. As in the case of most divorces, especially here in America.
But once again, stay far from these leeches and don't get enchanted by her smudge mascara and crocodile tears.
You gotta go back. Man, these scriptures, when are y'all gonna learn? Let's see. 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. That's why, what do you say, a big butt and a smile? Yeah, gets them every time.
Let them wait for a higher power like Yahweh to save them, even though they continue to break every rule in scripture and his book. For example.
Know that I have a God that will provide, and he has done so much, and I'm so grateful. And I know that one day we'll have a house, we'll have a room. We won't be in this space where, like, we are now. There's a guilt that, as a single mother, I have, right? I went from being a stay-at-home mom 6 years ago to choosing myself in a really bad situation, moving in with my parents, and starting with $0, no degree, no nothing, and starting from scratch.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blast. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, the Lord Destro would suggest that.
Yeah, so, not pretending in no way to know her specific situation, just going by what we see out here and playing the percentage, again, she could be, you know, there's a slight possibility that, but nah. Anyway, so once again, I hope you were edified by the video. And yes, the consequences of your actions at some point, they're going to come back to bite you in the swing. All right, so until the next video, hey, shalom.